Jerry gives all of his stuff away. The cop goes back to his bike. And Jerry leans over and goes, I'm a little concerned because usually they just see my face and say, slow down next time, Mr. Seinfeld, and wave me on. I was like, oh, lucky you. Whilst you might not believe it, Seinfeld was a little bit before my time. This baby face doesn't always show my age. I don't know if Seinfeld in general translated across the pond as much. Like, either it was before my time or it just wasn't as big in the UK as it was in the US. So my first awareness of Jerry Seinfeld was as a Porsche collector, unbelievably. I sort of missed the whole TV show phenomenon. But of course, through Car Collector and then Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, started to be quite fascinated by him and learned the fact that he's quite a big deal and quite funny. And really weirdly, a couple of years ago, I was on a road trip to Luxembourg and my phone started lighting up. Bing, 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 bing. And I thought, what's going on here? And a whole lot of messages from people saying, oh my God, Jerry Seinfeld just said he's a seen-through glass viewer on Spike's car radio. And I'm like, what? So I immediately pull up this episode of Spike's Car Radio, find the moment where Jerry is asked, what YouTube channels does he enjoy? And he goes, there's this British guy, Sam, seen through glass. And I'm like, stop. So immediately freak out. I'm sort of resharing it, trying to tag Jerry Seinfeld's Instagram, tagging Spike Ferrison's Instagram, being like, this is so cool. So me and Spike start talking. Jerry does not reply to my Instagram story, but that's fine. Me and Spike start talking. We start up a sort of social media friendship. And I said, look, next time I'm in LA, why don't I swing by? So that happens. I go and meet with Spike. I'm lucky enough to go on their show. And in the show, they say, yeah, crazy. We didn't know about you until Jerry mentioned you. I said, well, I didn't know about you until Jerry mentioned But he said, well, look, Jerry was sad that he's not here, but he's sent a message, wants to ask you some questions. I thought, this is unbelievable. And in my mind, that was that, right? I had a nice little interaction, we move on. But no, a year later, I was back in LA and I'd been chatting with Spike and he said, look, what are you doing tomorrow? So, well, I'm flying home. What time's your flight? So I think lunchtime. Can you make it any later? I was like, I don't know, why? He goes, Jerry's in town, he wants to meet you. So I'm like, cancel the flight. So I'm told to meet at a sort of airport hangar in some part of LA. And off I go. It's all a little bit mysterious. And we're sort of parked up and I'm waiting for someone to arrive. And suddenly one of the airport hangars goes boom. And there, just like in a movie, is Jerry standing like this amongst this array of just insane cars. So I'm like, okay, I've got to play it cool, right? I'm like, hey, Jerry, what's going on? It's so normal. It turns out he's the world's nicest human being ever. Gives me a tour of the garage, but in the best way possible. And I don't quite know how to explain this, but doing what I do, which is lucky enough to visit, film, share a lot of incredible car collections around the world, a lot of car collectors will like to tell you why their collections are so special, why this car is so rare, why it's so important. Jerry was like, what do you like? What catches your eye? And was super open to me being like, I don't know what this is, or I don't really like this. He was just so cool. So at the end of the tour, everyone goes, well, should we go and get a coffee? I'm like, yeah, let's go get coffee. And Jerry turns to me and goes, what should we take? I don't know, any of these cars would be amazing. So he picks this incredible 356 Speedster original. I will not be able to tell you how amazing it was, but it was something truly unique and special. I thought, off we go. So we turn out of the airport, we're driving along Pacific Coast Highway in standstill traffic. Everyone's yelling out the windows, Jerry! Hey, Jerry! And he's just like, yeah, hi. And I'm thinking, this is quite a surreal moment. We stop off and we get coffee and smoothies and we're hanging out and we're chatting. And I go, well, guys, got to get my flight, so let's head back. Jerry goes, cool, I'll take you back to your car. So we pull out and we head back down to Pacific Coast Highway and he starts letting this little Porsche rip. And then suddenly he goes, I think we're getting pulled over. And I went, what? Turn over my shoulder and yeah, there was a cop on a bike, sirens on. So we pull into one of the car parks on Pacific Coast Highway and Jerry's like, And I could see that he's gone a little bit serious suddenly, jokey, fun, chatty Jerry's just gone a little bit quiet. The cop comes over, hey, we're doing zero policy speeding today, and, I'm sorry, you were going too fast, license and registration. Definitely didn't recognize Jerry at this point. Jerry gives all of his stuff away, the cop goes back to his bike, and Jerry leans over and goes, I'm a little concerned, because usually they just see my face and say, slow down next time, Mr. Seinfeld, and wave me on. I was like, oh, lucky you. So the cop comes back and says, gentlemen, do you mind getting out of the car? So, oh my God. And me as a Brit, I'm thinking, we're getting shot. We are definitely getting shot. This is the end of life. So out we get. And the first thing that happens is Jerry goes, sorry, officer, this is my friend from the UK. He loves cars. I just wanted to experience. I'm like, is Jerry Seinfeld blaming me right now? I'm going to get shot. He's going to get off scot-free. It's Jerry Seinfeld. This is a disaster. And the guy goes, well, Mr. Oh my God. Oh no. And has this realization of who he's just pulled over. So he goes, look, I'm a huge fan, but we're super stringent today and really no speeding, and it pains me to do this, but I'm going to have to give you a ticket. So if you can just wait here, give you a ticket. And so I'm like, oh, wow. And Jerry goes, Sam, I have something to share with you. This is the first time in my life that I've got a speeding ticket. So I'm like, okay, so in this moment, is it cool that I've been with Jerry Seinfeld for the first time he's ever got a speeding ticket? Or does he now hate me for life that I have been the theoretical reason that he's got a speeding ticket? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that, yep, there I was as the cop handed over Jerry Seinfeld's first ever speeding ticket. We drove back to the airport hangar in a little bit of silence, said our goodbyes, I went my separate ways, and about a week later I sent him an email saying, look, this was a great experience for me. Do you mind if I share this story next time on my podcast? Also because I wanted to know if he hated me or not. And he just replied saying, no problem. So I take it that, for now at least, Jerry doesn't hate my guts, but definitely probably blames me for that speeding ticket. I like to think it's framed somewhere. That's all I can hope for. But yes, so quite a unique car celebrity Los Angeles story, and one that I don't think I'll ever quite be able to beat. I couldn't imagine what life for him is like. Everywhere he goes, people know who he is. You know, we were having a smoothie and I was looking around and everyone walking past is like double taking. People are sitting down to make sure, like, that's Jerry. That must be such a strange sensation. And so then for a cop to be like, you're a normal person, I think it would have been like, I'm not. Jerry Seinfeld. Being that famous must make you so insecure, sounds like a weird one to say, but just hyper vigilant to people coming up to you and awareness and how you behave and what you're saying. And I wouldn't like it. I'd like the money, but the celebrity.
This month of VINwiki Car Stories is brought to you by Bridgestone, and the most exciting news out of Bridgestone is the brand new release of their Alenza Prestige tire. The Alenza Prestige highway tire is for drivers who want a long-lasting, elegant, and comfortable ride without compromising at all on wet weather performance. Amazing tire that features their next generation Enlighten technology, as well as their Quiet Track technology. An in-groove feature designed to reduce tread pattern noise combined with a wide center rib that helps to deliver a whisper-quiet ride with comfortable and responsive handling. So check them out now at the link in the description below to learn more about the Alenza Prestige tires from Bridgestone and the entire Bridgestone family of products.